spent the apocalypse picking up junk at my friend's house edition. Okay, so Chuck and Larry, that's right, we have gay friends named Chuck and Larry. Get over it right now. Okay, they had these built years ago, used them for many years, and then decided not to garden as much. And so they wanted to get rid of them. They asked me if I wanted them. I said yes. You know, so we went over, spent the day with them, had a good time. I took the legs off them. Okay, so here's the thing about not bringing enough tools.
Right.
So when I saw them, when he sent a picture of what they were, I thought, God, those are huge. And I knew they were made out of cedar. I said, God, those are huge.
Because they were how tall? Like here?
Yeah, they came up to, they were about here.
Yeah.
Okay, with the legs. Of course, we couldn't put them
in
the truck with the legs. So we went to Chuck and Larry's. We're having a good time. We're sitting around bullshitting and stuff. And he's like, I want to see what you build with them. And I want to see them. So that's the stuff I built out of the planter. Okay. But at any rate, so as I'm driving home, I realized, you know what? I think those are just the right size.
You didn't tell them about the tools. You said about not taking enough tools.
Oh my God. Okay, I would have gotten back to
Sorry.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe, who knows?
Maybe I would have gotten back to it. Now I'm going to forget my other line. Okay. So I get there, and bigger than shit, they're not nailed together.
No.
Which is what I would have done because screws are expensive.
Right.
They're screwed together. And so that's how many screws I got just taking the legs off.
Right. And they're big. They're nice.
Well, because the legs were nice. They were solid legs. Each one had 4 boards, and then it had a cross member that went across on the bottom on each one. So that's just from taking that apart. Okay, so what I'm doing now, and I've already done that side, the side that's down.
Yeah,
you
taken down.
So you can see on this one, the bottom board on these is pretty rotted out.
Yes.
And it's really not in very good shape.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling the top board off on these, and I'm using them.
Oh, you're putting the bottom board over here.
Yes. I haven't replaced this one yet. I replaced the one down there already.
Okay, on the side that's down?
On the side that's
down. Which
is
why none of those are attached.
Yeah. None of those are attached because I've already replaced that. Okay, so like I said, I get over there, I've got a hammer, a crowbar, and a sledgehammer.
Right.
No impact driver.
No.
Well, thank God Chuck had an impact driver.
I know,
because otherwise I would have torn. Okay, so could I take them apart with the tools I had? Yes. But this is old wood, and it's cedar, which is brittle anyway. It's a hardwood. Hardwoods are brittle.
Right.
So it's a brittle wood, and busting it apart with a sledgehammer, I would have gotten stuff that I could have used for firewood, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But you decided you actually want to use one of these for something.
Okay, that's
what you started to say, and I interrupted you.
I'm fixing the outside box. I needed to build a frame around my elderberries anyway, so that I let them grow them when they go on the other side.
Aha!
So there's that. Okay, and the bottom boards have taken quite a bit of damage, but they're still pretty good. I'll know more after I pressure wash them.
Right.
But I'll use them. You know,
isn't that funny that the ones on the very bottom, underneath all the dirt, are in better shape than the ones on the side? Or is it not surprising?
No, these have taken a lot of damage. Look.
Oh, okay.
You can see.
I see.
Okay.
I see. Yeah.
As it should have. It was the bottom, and they had these for
years.
I think he said 5 years.
Yeah, and they did grow lots of stuff in them.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So. So here's a buyer beware story. They decided to put in solar panels, enough to run their whole house.
Right. And they started it early on, actually, in the solar thingy. Isn't that right?
Yes. Well, okay, so they decided to do that and save themselves some money, but mostly it's good for the environment. They wanted to, you know, do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. And they did it, unfortunately, fairly early on. When I drove up and saw they had them, I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. And then I talked to them. Buyer beware. Some of these solar companies, they're not going to save you money. Ultimately, will they be good for the environment? Yes. But are they going to save you any money? No. In fact, Chuck and Larry, between what they're paying for their solar panels and still having to pay for their electric because something in the system is wonky, because of this, they're paying more for electric now than they were paying before they put them in.
Yeah.
We all want to do what's right for the environment, but none of us can afford that shit.
No.
So be extremely careful when you're picking a solar company. Make sure they have the right credentials, they know what they're doing. They were supposed to have unlimited help if they had any problems. They have never been able to get help.
Oh, and he said they were supposed to be monitoring it, and they don't. They have to spot the problems and contact them and everything. Yeah, not good.
So yeah, so we all want to do the right thing, and we all want. Like I said, I was so jealous when I drove up and saw they had solar panels until I heard their sad tale of woe, and then I was like, oh my God. Which is one of the reasons we don't have them, because when I looked into them, I thought, I told the people I initially talked to, it's like it was a lot of money. It was a $500 payment a month for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I told Lynn, I said, I don't see any way that that's going to save us any money in the long run.
Right.
And we certainly couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So that's part of the problem. Want to know why everybody doesn't have them? That's why.
Yeah.
Because they've made them so only rich people can afford them. And guess what? Rich people don't care about the environment. And never have, actually. And the ones that do actually do something about it.
Yep.
You know, they actually say, okay, let's give a bunch of money for this and that and get this fixed. Okay, so you can see why I'm taking that one out.
Yes, look at
It's got
that.
a lot of rot in it. I mean, I may be able to get...
Oh, look, this just broke off right here.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, a lot of rot.
It's got a lot of rot in it because it was on the bottom, which means that it picked up all the moisture.
Right.
Okay, and so that's one of the things you have to do. Sometimes when you're trying to remove the screws, you have to hit them to get them out.
Yeah, you hit them from underneath.
Because
and then...
what happens is, see that part there?
Uh-huh.
That's in the wood, and it doesn't catch the threads.
Yeah,
if
right.
there's any rot at all,
Yeah.
the threads aren't catching.
Right,
So what you
okay.
have to do is
So it won't back
point
out.
it, you have to hit it with the hammer until you poke it through enough that the threads will catch.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what I'm doing is, you can see this one's mostly dead. I
Yeah.
might get a section from here
From this end?
to here
Yeah.
that'll be good, but the rest of it is gone.
Yeah.
So
But it'll work in the stove.
it'll work in the stove. That's the thing. It's like it is never wrong for those of us that are scrounging through life to have a friend say, "Hey, can you come and get this thing that I don't need anymore?" Mm-hmm. It's never wrong to say, "Yeah, I'll be there in a minute." Mm-hmm. Or whenever it works for you, which is what we did. Whenever it works for you guys.
Now I noticed the ones on the end are not nearly as damaged.
No, they're not, because of the way. Okay, and why is that? Because the water ran through the
Of
cracks
course.
here, and it didn't. The ends, these ends, are actually fine.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm gonna spin this son of a bitch over and take the one off the top over here to replace that crappy one I just took off.
Oh, how cool.
Okay. And why is there only screw in that? Because there was a thing there that went all the way through.
I can see where you took it off.
Actually, whoever built it, they had him built.
They had them built?
Whoever built it did a good job. Did a good job, or there's no way they would have lasted for 5 years. I got news for you. Not in this weather. Uh-oh, I just dropped a screw I found. And you can see, I'm pulling these screws out. I'm using them again.
Of course, why not?
Yeah, just leave that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is what happens when your wife helps you.
Yes.
You wind up doing shit twice that you only would have had to do once.
There you go.
It's like, why, God, why? Sorry, little dog bug. No place for you here. Now, see, like I said, I was going to have to build some, I was going to build it out of slabs. Slabs won't be as good as this.
No. Even 5 years old.
I think, I'm just eyeballing, I've just got my eyeball on it, so I could be wrong. I think this is just exactly the right size, but probably not, because I said that. Huh. And so I'll have to move an elderberry or two.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, because, whoops. You know what that is, peoples? A broken off screw.
Oh.
Tried to put it back in one of the old screw holes and there was a broken off screw in it. Okay, now these little pieces were on here like this. Mm-hmm. And I took them off before we left, not realizing, oh, I don't need to take them off. But then I did. I realized later I did, because without these and without the legs, they fit right between my wheel wells.
Right, it feels
and
like
I stacked one on top of the other. With one on each side, it would not have fit.
It would not have fit. No, one of them it wouldn't have fit. It was that tight.
It was pretty tight.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's one of those, why did you do that things? That's why. Okay, I'm going to use little short screws in here. I'm going to use the long ones and then break them off. Because the little ones take a different head and that annoys me. Well, they know.
I know.
They've heard me bitch about it enough times. They know it annoys me. And I'm using mostly the old holes because the old holes are a place for water to get in and rot it.
Right.
So by filling them with, just makes it that much less likely to happen. Now, I could cut a piece here and there and put them on the ends, but that's just one more place for the water to rot it. This actually is needed because it strengthens the middle
structural
and keeps the boards from doing warping away from each other. Okay, so now we just knock those fuckers over like this. And they'll probably break, they normally break. I want them to break so they're not breaking.
Of course not. It wouldn't matter if they bend over and stay, they're just that much stronger.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, I meant to do that.
Yeah, right.
At least it didn't hit me in the head.
This is true.
It could always be worse. God damn it, don't let that happen.
I wasn't watching. Obviously, I found it. Oh, you found it.
Okay. All right, that's good enough. Okay, so now I'm going to spin it over. I just let it fall. Because I'm tired.
Well, and it's not light. It is not light.
Because I'm tired. That's why I let it fall. Okay. So now, there were in the corners to stabilize it, there were these little pieces.
Oh yeah.
That we're going to use. Now, most of them were cracked or broken, but I bet, and I do, if I hold my mouth just right, I can find two of them that'll work. I don't need all 4 because it's not going to be up in the air.
Right.
It's going to be down on the ground. So it's just connecting it enough to that they don't give and shit. So, in fact, let's do this the easy way and lay it on its belly.
All right. I'm moving.
No, that should be the bottom because that's not right on the ground. So this will be the top. Okay, let's do it this way. We can just lay on that for a minute.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put these back on and go right through the holes that were there. We think. I need to put something around, and I was going to put something around and around my elderberries anyway, pull all the greenery out of there and mulch the shit out of it. There's still going to be weeds in there though, because you don't want to dig up the ground around your elderberries because they come up and they bush.
Oh, okay.
And so they
do they send like
roots,
runners?
They've got little roots everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to dig into those, especially since I'm trying to establish it. But see, the other ones were all cracked too hard to use, but I've got 2 that I can use, and that's all I need. And I don't need anything else.
Nothing else.
In the immortal words of Steve Martin.
Yes, I know.
Ah, and I said that was good, and it's not. Look at there. Let's go see if I can find another one.
I hope there is one more.
I hope there's one that's not cracked.
Yeah.
If there isn't, we'll just have one.
There you go.
It's going to be on the ground as it is, so. And that'll make firewood.
Yes, it will. There's a screw in that one. You see that?
I know.
Okay.
You ever see the commercials with Captain Obvious? Or hear somebody say, "Hello, Captain Obvious"?
Yes, that would be my role.
That's often when.
That is my role.
Well, and she does that because she thinks I'm a freaking moron. So
Not, but I'm become accustomed to how blind you've been, and I am not yet accustomed to the fact that you can actually see.
Well, not up close. So there you go. As a proof that I was cutting Mother's hair today, and I managed to nick one of her ears, and I'm like, I don't even know how I fucking did that.
Well, and you can't even see it, so.
Well, it wasn't a bad nick.
No.
It didn't bleed for like 5 minutes, and then it was like, and she probably only bled it all because I never could even find the cut. And I had glasses on. That's the worst part. At any rate, she's not hurt, so that's good. But, I'll make you feel about this big when you do something like that. You're like, what? I don't even know how I did it.
Well, and she's ecstatic that her hair's out of her face.
She just wanted her hair out of her face. She just needed. I need a haircut right now. Unfortunately, I can't cut my own hair. If I could, I would. I am so dyslexic that I grab it and then don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
I poke myself in the eye.
Yeah, well, there's that too. But yeah, I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, I can't cut my own hair. And having trouble getting Christy to even pick up the damn phone. And I don't want to go back to that other guy because he makes a mess.
Maybe your good guy's there.
A mess, huh?
If your good guy's there, though, he's...
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I'm right, and this is going to go around there perfectly, or if I'm slightly wrong and I'm going to have to move that one piece back a little bit.
Okay. Do you want me to walk up with you, or...?
Yeah, you could. Well, if we can see, they can see how I normally do shit, which is by farting around with it. It's like, yeah, if the boys were here or Zeb was here, I would have them grab part of it, but they're not. So what
I could turn off and do...
A lot of times when I work by myself, what I do is I just drag shit.
Yep.
It's a little bit heavy, I just drag it. It's not too heavy, I can pick this up if I wanted to, but why?
Exactly.
It's easier to just drag it. But the idea is that I need to I have to build a cage for it because it's trying to get away. Okay, so this is the tricky part. And you can see how many weeds are in there.
Is that all elderberries?
No, all of the sticks are.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So that piece is dead though. This all needs to come out of here. This was only here to mark it so that it didn't get run over by shit.
Yeah,
and
like
this when it was little to keep it from getting run over by the
lawnmowers and stuff.
Lawnmower, especially if I'm not doing it.
Yep.
So one of the boys is running the mower. I don't want to, Zeb especially, I don't want to have to say, what the hell is wrong with you?
Right.
Yeah,
is that an elderberry?
Yes, but that part of it is dead.
Ah.
So I can kind of throw that. And this, you know what, I'm going to leave that for a second so it can help hold that out of the way. Oh man, I cut the end of that off. I blame you people.
I don't know if it's long enough, babe.
It's long enough. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
What I'm worried about is not wide enough for that one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stand it up on its end. And I can move that one. Actually, I almost didn't let it grow there in the first place. But, and I did, because I'm not thinking.
Okay, you want me to come help you move that? Because I can at least...
Yes, because I'm going to need help.
Okay, you're back.
Okay, we only had one casualty of war, and it'll be easily replanted.
Because it was a small one, yeah.
Well, I replanted a couple of these as they came up. There's one over there. I've got it replanted. This one's very close, but it'll be fine. This one's a little close, it'll be fine. There, that's better.
There you go.
Yeah. So, it's just about perfect.
Notice that she tied them up so that the branches wouldn't get...
Because the branches kept getting in the way. Len was trying to help me. We couldn't get the branches to stay, so we tied them all up, which is why they look so funky right now, and we'll let them go in a minute.
Yep.
And I'll just pull all of this out of here. It'll grow back up through the mulch, I don't care. I'm going to mulch the shit out of them, which will actually help the plant.
And probably fill it with orange peels to keep the cat out, so they won't make it a cat box.
Well,
she does like boxes.
Animals are assholes. She's always getting my cold frame. The minute I open it, she goes right in the cold frame. And I'm like, why, kitty, why? But we'll take all these off because two things. First off, the plants are big enough now. I probably wouldn't mow over them, although I have hit some of their babies from time to time. And I will, because they'll come outside the bed, and if I don't see them, but that's the idea, is to make it fill the bed.
And not go everywhere else.
And not go everywhere else.
Right.
So, there's that. But, that was my temporary, fix right there.
Yeah, that's some bamboo that grew here that you...
Yep.
Thinned out and used for many things.
When I mow, anything that's in there will be elderberry.
Yay!
Out is fair game. If you're not in the box, that's what you know me. I'm all about that. Get in the damn box.
Oh yeah, you're all about staying in the box.
Yeah, right.
Not
coloring in the lines and all that shit.
Yeah.
No, but just like, that's the idea, is that they'll fill the box now and hopefully be healthy.
That's awesome.
And what I'll probably do is, if any of them sneak out, I'll either dig them up and replant them in there, which is what I'm getting ready to do to that one, or I'll take them and plant them someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
So that we have, because we're drinking some elderberry wine that in part came off of these, but most of that came from Steve and Jennifer Parks and their kids have a great big elderberry patch out front of their house, and they picked them for me and gave them to me, which was very nice. And we drank the shit out of that wine. We're still drinking it. Hell, I traded a bottle of it to Chuck for his beds.
There you go.
So there you go. Just full circle.
So you want to say goodbye to the folks, or you've got more to say?
Well, I'm gonna finish taking the boxes down and stack the wood. I'm probably gonna use the rest of the good lumber out of that to build the tea table and chairs that our grandson suddenly wants.
Our grandson wants a tea table and chairs in the rock thingy, and that's going to be here at the end of this trailer, or the end of the venue.
Yeah.
And there'll be a porch to the left. It's going to be really neat. And it's, as you can see, it's in the shade in the afternoon, which in the summertime, how awesome is that? And it's in perfect sun the cooler parts of the year, so that's perfect.
If you're looking for a place to come view the apocalypse and just have a damn adventure with some super cool people for a low introductory price, give us a call.
No kidding, no kidding. Bye.